Welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 18 of our career mode with West Ham United. If you're wondering about the upload schedule for the West Ham career mode, have a look in the description below and you will see my actual upload schedule, which will change on a daily, weekly basis. You know, little things will be added, taken away, but that essentially is what I'm trying to stick to for the West Ham career mode. Obviously, if you saw my Let's Talk episode number 2 or number 3, I think it is, you would see that I've got a few things coming up with my daughter's birthday, etc. That aside, let's not worry about that. Let's get into the career mode. We are second in the table with 43 points from 19 games, which is not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. The team we're going with is Adrian, Matthews, Collins, Tompkins, O'Brien, Chiarte, Mullin, Noble, Embolo, Carroll, Sacco on the bench, Nolan, Jarvo, Bastos, Krezers, Cole, Leggett and Bentley as the substitute goalkeeper. That is a pretty strong side, which I'm really chuffed with. I would definitely like to add to it because we have got a few weak areas. But for me, that is definitely a strong side. And for once, it is us on the front foot from kickoff. Carroll knocking that ball out to the right-hand side. And Embolo knocking it on to Matthews. Matthews swinging across in. Carroll with the header. But an easy save for Fabianski in the Watford goal. But it does make a change for us to be on the front foot. Normally, we start the games, we're on the back foot, which is really disappointing. I want the boys to be a little bit more urgent about the start of the game and not just sit back and allow teams onto us. But Watford are a great side. They actually started coming straight back at us, really causing us a few problems. We couldn't get to grips with them in the centre of the park, and that shot was ferocious, absolutely ferocious, and a world-class save from Adrian. But the ball comes to Sacco. He knocks it on to Joshua Mullin, who's doing ever so well. He just drifts past people. He makes it look so easy. He knocks the ball inside to Embolo, who gets absolutely clattered. Absolutely clattered from the side. Went down extremely heavy on his knee. And that is quite a serious injury, unfortunately. Which is a great shame because he was just starting to show us what he was capable of. And I feel that he's going to be an absolutely sensational player. But that didn't stop Watford. They kept flying back at us, creating opportunities. We were a little bit disjointed and out of shape in the final few moments of the first half, which is disappointing. Something we have got to work on. We've been very good all season, to be fair, at defending. Hence, our goals against record is absolutely phenomenal. But at that last stage of that first half, we were just all over the place, and thankfully Watford didn't capitalise on it. So we went in at half-time, as you would have seen, with a 0-0 scoreline. We came out with the second half with a new impetus. Really wanted to take in the game to Watford, but it was Watford who'd done the absolute opposite. They took the game to us. A great ball in, looked like it could have been an own goal. How we cleared that, I still do not know. But Sacco down that right hand side, drifting a beautiful crossing in towards Mullin. Unfortunately, Mullin couldn't get hold of it. The ball comes to Noble. He plays it inside to Chiarte. Has a great shot. Fabianski again with a massive save, and Noble trying with the follow-up was just blocked. But we were playing such great football. Mullin with a beautiful ball into Bastos. Takes the shot. Went for the cheeky little chip, but again, Fabianski with an absolutely world-class save. The corner swung in. Great defensive header there. Comes to Sacco, and of course, he slots it home. And yes, it is ironic I said a great defensive header, because it landed at the feet of Sacco. For me, that is an absolutely great defensive header. I think it actually comes off the back of our player. The header is like literally knocked on. I think, is that Chiarte? It comes off the back of. Takes a slight deflection, falls to Sacco's feet, and he ain't going to miss from there. The boy is just too good. But it spurred Watford in life for some reason. They absolutely came flying at us. They hit the post, get the automatic rebound, and slide the ball home to bring the score back to 1-1. Pretty much instantaneously, and to be fair, I suppose a draw at this point in the game was pretty fair because we hadn't really created too much. It was Watford who were trying to dominate the game chance-wise. We were quite comfortable in possession, quite comfortable defensively, apart from that last 5 minutes in the first half where I thought we were a bit too ragged, but I thought second half we were doing really well. But that goal that we scored just literally spurred Watford on. You could see they had the impetus to go and get the goal. They got their equaliser, deserved in the end, and it was just really frustrating. But you can see great defensive stature. The way we are so solid, we're organised across our back line is absolutely fantastic. Nice little tricks there from Watford, but we just force our way through, get the ball back, knock it into Sacco on the counter-attack, plays a beautiful ball into Joshua Mullin, not renowned for his pace, but breaking forward, the Watford defender commits, and of course Mullin squares to Carroll to gift him a ball on a platter to make it 2-1 in the 78th minute, and the away fans going absolutely mental. Is such a great vision to see. Great play there by Mullen. He's so cool, calm and collected for such a young player. The boy has got such talent. It is utterly scary. I can't describe to you how much fun and how easy he is to play with. If he had like plus 10 pace, I would not bother playing FIFA at all, because he would be like cheating. He is that good. He is that good. His dribbling is just amazing. His close ball control, everything is just astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. And that was enough to see us through for a 2-1 victory. And rightly so. Back-to-back man of the matches for the young man. It has to go to Joshua Mullen. He was sensational for a lad so young. He is head and shoulders an amazing player. He really is an amazing player. Absolutely sensational. But you'll see Embolo is out for 3 months, which is an absolutely huge blow. 3 months, and our actual medical list, injury list, is not looking good. We've got Valencia, who's out for 2 months, obviously with his broken ankle. Embolo is out for 3 months with his his LCL on his ligament. And of course we've got Downing, who's 1 day away, but 1 day away still means he's about a week, maybe 2 weeks away from match fitness. But that aside, it is time for transfer targets. Now I was going to go overboard and bring in all the super bits, what I wanted to do, but I'm not going to do that because I want to save that for obviously next season in the summer targets. Now, in this transfer window, I want to bring a player in, maybe 2 players, maybe 3 players. I haven't really settled on how many players we're going to bring in, but I do know the return of what I like to call the dirty secret. I want my stamp on the career mode. I want a player that I can stamp on the career mode. So you're going to see 2 sets of players. Obviously, we've got Richie here from Bournemouth, valuation of 2.2 million. We've got Charlie Austin, value at 10 million, but he has 6 months remaining on his contract, so he could sign him for next season. And we've got Saul from Atletico Madrid, an up-and-coming CDM, valued at around about 7.25 million. Of course, there's Rabat at Paris Saint-Germain, valued at around about 3.7 million. Davy K, or Davy Klassen from Ajax, valued around about 12.5 mil. And of course, Javier Hernandez, aka Chicharito, valuation of 21.25 million. But again, he has 6 months remaining on his contract, so a potential signing for next season, which would work very well. But to be honest with you, these 6 players were predominantly popping up left, right and centre in the early stages of the career mode for players being recommended. So that's where I took them from, hence why I thought I'd start concentrating on perhaps my little touch on the career mode, which would be my dirty little secret. And of course, in the summer, where we need to make wholesale, massive wholesale changes to the squad, we need to add that extra bit of depth in midfield, etc. We could do it then, and where we could go a little bit more overboard, be a bit more flamboyant with how we present the actual transfer window. As you would have seen, Adrian, are you having a bubble? That boy is not going anywhere. He is an absolute legend. He really is phenomenally good. I can't believe how good he is. He actually does remind me slightly of Jack Butland from FIFA 13, who at times was just unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. And at times in this career mode this season, Adrian has been a brick wall made of cast iron. He's just been absolutely unbeatable at times, and he is phenomenal. So to let him go would be literally suicidal and quite stupid, hence why he will never be leaving the mighty claret and blue of West Ham. That is that simple. That aside, you will be seeing we are at home against Aston Villa. I do get caught up with transfers and talking about players. I do apologise, but I love them. I love them so much. I love the players so much. But we are playing against Aston Villa. A slightly changed side, you know, but I still think we've got the fundamentals of a great side. You know, the nucleus of our side is always with the same players. Of course, the Cockney genius is the main one for me. He's just an absolute revelation. Beautiful football there, but unfortunately, Sacco just did not time that run to perfection. Otherwise, he would have been through one-on-one, and that would have been absolutely sensational. This game was absolutely horrific. I've had a few games where I think they've been horrific, but this one for me was just literally condensed in midfield. Villa really didn't let us have too much space. The time we did get space, it was offside, which was really frustrating. And I just felt we were, as a team, we were getting frustrated. Hence why our stature of play was just not good in the first half. Moving into the second half, Tompkins absolutely going huge. Villa with great possession down there, but Tompkins just battered through him, and then he has the cheek and audacity to step inside, knocks the ball onto Chiarte. He plays it forward into Kevin Nolan. Nolan tries to cut inside, but a great defensive play there from Lowton of Villa, getting the ball out for a throw-in. I did think it was going to be a penalty, but he definitely got the ball. It's Chiarte with the throw, looking for a bit of movement, picks out Chambers. Chambers with some nice skills, drifts the crossing, and Sacco, out of absolutely nowhere, bangs the ball in the back of the net with a bullet header. Absolutely ridiculous. The movement of Sacco there was just outrageous. In front of two defenders, he sticks it in one of the most tightest postage stamp areas. It's just unbelievable. Right in the top corner, goes down on his near post. Absolutely sensational, and a goal that I have to say we didn't honestly deserve. We hadn't created jack. It was awful, absolutely awful. Villa hadn't really created too much either. They'd played quite badly, but the miss of the game, how the hell Villa missed that sitter, I honestly do not know. But we pick it up with Carroll moving forward, just cuts back inside, drifts a delightful ball into Chiarte. But what a save from Guzan. Absolute massive save there. Should have made it 2-0, wrapped the game up. And again, we have it with Carroll moving down that right-hand side. Looks to play the ball forward into Chambers. Chambers cuts back inside, plays an awful ball into the middle. But the referee does bring the game to its conclusion. And we do come away with 3 points. We've still proved that we can defend stoutly, and we still proved we can nick those all-important points. And of course, man of the match has to be Sacco. What he done for 90 minutes, I don't really know. What he done for 10 seconds was stick the ball in the back of the net and celebrate, which was absolutely sensational. Morgan is up for sale. Will Villa pay what I want? That is the big question. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you tomorrow. Yes, Sunday.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream